Hello everyone. This week I have decided to do for the third discussion board the Scopes trial. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. This is my third time trying to make this video, so hopefully we can get through it and you can see and hear me. So the Scopes trial happened in 1925, and it is also known as the State of Tennessee versus John Thomas Scopes, or the Scopes Monkey trial. John Thomas Scopes was a substitute teacher who taught in the Tennessee schools, and during his time of substitute teaching, he was said to have violated the Butler Act, which was the act of no teaching evolution in the school system. This resulted in a trial in which John Scopes had basically said that he was wrong, and he even had hired in students to talk against him. He would go on and lose the trial, but this in itself might seem like it wasn't like anything big, but it would go on to be a huge trial and to play big parts in the school system in America. This kind of started the thing about Christianity and kind of opened up everybody on the idea of Christianity and it being in the schools and how well it should be taught. I went to a Christian school for my entire schooling career up until I went to college, so I never had to deal with the teaching of evolution or or not teaching creationism. It was just always a thing that you learned about creationism in the lower elementary school, and then when you got into high school you learned about it a little bit, but you also learned the other basics of science. But what made this really unique was that somebody even mentioned about how at this time during this trial, like, the books talked about evolution in them, but yet they weren't supposed to talk about evolution in the school system. So basically, when you taught out of the book, you were breaking the law in the state of Tennessee. This also resulted after the trial, which had the involvement of the ACLU and many other things. It also resulted in 41 different states making some sort of laws that talked about evolution and the teaching of it. And now we have very many laws about no parent school, no teaching of creationism, a lot of stuff. This is something that I thought was very interesting. I will start teaching next week. I will be teaching in a Christian school, but I don't know, I'm a teacher. You don't know where you're going to end up. And I think it's interesting to see what teachers have to go through, what they can and what they can't say when it comes to religion and Christianity and stuff like that. And I think that this trial really started kind of the taking Christianity out of schools and out of the school system. The trial, like I said, ended up with John Scopes being found guilty. He was fined, and but on a bigger level, though, it started awareness of the way things were going in the public school with Christianity and whether or not it should be allowed in the public school system. So again, I apologize. I hope you can see and hear me well. So hopefully everything works out. Thank you. Have a good weekend.